So guys, the episode number 6 of House of the Dragon season 3 is out now. And guys, I just literally finished watching it and instantly turned on my camera to share my thoughts about this episode with you guys. So there will be some spoilers. So if you don't want to miss any of that, watch the video till the end. So this episode starts with Sir Christian Cole marching with his whoever left there, and he is going after Oscar Tully's army, the Riverlands army, and he found a camp abandoned by the Team Black, and there were a lots of dead body there, and they thought that they all were dead, as I thought, but they weren't dead. It was an ambush and they were all alive. They were posing as dead, and then they just stand up and the battle began there, and the battle was great. Sir Christian Cole proved that he is the best soldier in the whole Seven Kingdom. He fought really well, but it was just the beginning because the Riverland army surrounded them from everywhere. And when Sir Christian Cole asked Oscar Tully and kind of challenged him to one-on-one battle, or he even offered to fight two of Oscar Tully's men alone so that his man's life can be spared. But Lord Oscar Tully was badass. He didn't agree to that, and they killed Sir Christian Cole in cold blood by 3 arrows. And I really felt bad for Sir Christian Cole, and I never would have thought that I will feel bad for Sir Christian Cole. But these last two episodes, they were so much emotional for Sir Christian Cole, seeing him losing all the hopes of living, and the handkerchief he hold right before he died, the handkerchief Alicent gave him, it was so sad seeing him died. He didn't got his glory to die in a battle. On the other hand, King's Landing is going down very fast. The chaos is spreading. The whole city watch, the Gold Cloak, are afraid, and they all quit the city watch post, and they just went away. They handed the cloak to Damon and they quit the job. And because of that, the whole city is now in more chaos. And to control the situation, Rhaenyra asked Lord Corlys to send more Valyrian to the King's Landing so they can handle the situation. And on the other hand, the guards found Helena and Alicent stuck in the walls, and Rhaenyra found out that Helena is pregnant. And on the other hand, when the whole city watch quits, Damon went himself wearing the gold cloak in the city, and he was roaming around. He was looking for the killer, and he found one. And we found out that the killers are the faceless men. And I don't know what the chronology is, but it seems like the faceless man started from here. I don't know if I am right or wrong, but it seems like that because the person who Damon captured, he said that we are the faceless man. So I don't know what is the chronology here, but that seems really important. If anyone knows about that, let me know in the comment box below. And right after that, Damon founds Ulf in the city, even after Rhaenyra especially told Ulf not to go in the city. So because of that, Damon insulted Ulf in front of the whole city, and he beaten him and he throw him on the ground. And that is not going to be good because this is the stepping stone of the Black Fire Rebellion, as we all know. And on the other hand, Hugh Hammer went into the Tumbleton disguising as a commoner, and he found his wife, and he didn't got the reaction that he was expecting. I don't know why she was so much angry. I know that something bad has happened to her. She saw very bad things in her journey and all, but the reason why Hugh Hammer went to the Dragonstone to claim a dragon so he can provide for his family, his wife and his daughter. But it seems like that Hugh Hammer's wife is not thankful for that, and he is asking her to leave the city with him, but she is refusing, and we don't know what is going to happen because Hugh Hammer is in the town and he can't be there for so long because he can be captured. And after that, very interesting thing happened in this episode. Rhaenyra sent some assassins in the Tumbleton posing as Baratheon to kneel in front of Daeron Targaryen, and I think they might have been successful if Gwen Hightower wasn't there. And then again, Rhaenyra is listening to the problems of the small folks of the city in the throne room, and the response she is giving to the small folks about their problems was not good. That was really bad. It was kind of arrogant, and in that sequence, Rhaenyra got cut by the throne, and we all know, whoever read the books or whoever knows a little about the Game of Thrones universe, that whoever gets cut by the throne, it's the symbol that they are not fit to rule this throne and not fit to rule the seven kingdoms. The throne is rejecting Rhaenyra now because she can't handle the situation. She can't even handle the King's Landing, let alone handling the seven kingdoms. And if we talk about Aemond and Aegon, Aegon has now agreed to go to Essos with Lord Larys Strong, and on the other hand, Aemond is still hiding in Harrenhal, and there's a twist that happened in Harrenhal. It was huge. When Aemond was trying to leave Harrenhal, Alice Rivers showed him a box which contains five dragon eggs, and it was amazing. Now the battle is going to be equal from the both side. Now he has Vhagar, and now he has five eggs with him. So in some future he is going to have five more dragons with him. That's going to be interesting, and there is a chemistry building between Aemond and Alice Rivers. There was a kiss, and it was kind of creepy. And while we talking about the creepy kisses, let's talk about the kiss of Ellen and Bella. I mean, in the very last episode, you were kind of building a chemistry between Adam and Bella, and now there was a creepy kiss between Ellen and Bella. And the kiss was happening, I was like, she is your niece and you are kissing her. It is so creepy. And literally, guys, before watching this episode today, I was like, the House of the Dragon season 3 is halfway through, and there is not much nudity and creepy sexual sequences in this season happened, because that's one of the specialty of this universe. And the creepy case happened in this episode. And in the very last, Alicent find out where Aemond is hiding. She found out that Aemond is hiding in Harrenhal from Helena's dream. And when she told Rhaenyra, so she instantly figured out that Helena is a dreamer, and Alicent has no idea about that. And when Alicent told Rhaenyra about Aemond, Rhaenyra sent Alicent to kill Aemond in Harrenhal. That was cold, and she is kind of becoming the cruel Targaryen queen that we all know, that runs in the blood of Targaryens. And in the very last of this episode, after Lord Corlys agreed to send Valyrian soldiers to the King's Landing, and after he was considering going back to the King's Landing himself as well, he was captured by the Greens, and his men were killed. And that's the interesting thing, because in the books, Lord Corlys was never got captured by the Greens ever, and they are changing it, and I don't know where this story is going to be, but I am really eager to see the next episode. And that is all what pretty much happened in this episode, and these were my thoughts on all the events that happened in this episode. So what about you guys? Have you seen this episode? If you have, please share your thoughts about it in the comment box below, and if you can, write a small review about it as well, because I would love to know your thoughts about it. So that's all in this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care.